Senor Benito doesn't want dinner either tonight. Too many strangers. But if he doesn't eat, he won't have the energy to escape.
You'll regret this, Elena. Without me, you can barely afford coffee. What, already found another man?
At least I'm not your possession anymore. An hour later, I wandered through the rainy streets with only $27 to my same. That was when I noticed a strange advertisement taped to a lamppost. Private childcare, live-in accommodation provided, seeking someone discreet and experienced with children. No salary listed, which meant either danger or money. 20 minutes after I called, a silent black car arrived. The driver handed me a confidentiality agreement before taking me far from the city to a massive seaside villa surrounded by iron gates.
Mr. Fair is looking for someone to care for his daughter, not himself.
The house felt cold enough to belong in another century despite the modern art covering its walls. One painting stopped me completely. A pale woman in a crimson dress.
One bite.
No!
Elena Jimenez. Senor Benito doesn't want dinner either tonight. Too many strangers. But if he doesn't eat, he won't have the energy to escape.
Gloria doesn't like being touched by strangers, but she accepted you. Do you have kids?
No, but I worked in early childhood education for 2 years, and I like kids.
Married?
Not anymore.
Alejandro didn't press further. Then he glanced down at Gloria, who had finally crawled out from under the table.
Most kids don't like adults.
And adults do?
Alejandro gave me a curt look, as if the words got stuck in his throat. That night, after showering, I realized I'd left my tablet in the dining room. The villa was with only faint footsteps.
Gloria, go to bed.
I instinctively stopped. The next second,
Elena!
and crashed into me. Just as I was about to hit the ground, a hand gripped my waist. His other hand braced against the stairs, trapping me between the staircase and his chest. Too close. Alejandro glanced down at his daughter.
Looks like Gloria really likes you.
After a few seconds of silence,
Tomorrow, Elena will have breakfast with me.
Alejandro glanced down at his daughter, seemingly surprised.
If Elena agrees.
The next morning, I left Casa Ferrer for the first time, heading to the nearby supermarket to buy Gloria's favorite snacks. I had just stepped out of the supermarket when several camera flashes went off. I instinctively looked up. A black motorcycle stopped across the street, and a man in a baseball cap quickly rode away. I frowned, and before I could react, my phone vibrated. An unfamiliar number was calling me. I hesitated for 2 seconds, then answered.
Get back to the house. Now.
Wait, what?
The media is going to start asking questions.
By the time I returned to Casa Ferrer, the atmosphere inside the house had completely changed. The old man stood in the middle of the living room holding a tablet, his expression colder than usual. The moment I walked in, he turned the screen toward me.
Was Ferrer's inhuman speed more than athletic talent? Dragon blood rumors return around Casa Ferrer. Who is the woman living inside the Ferrer estate? I wish this is a little bit inside the Ferrer estate.
Alejandro descended the staircase, dressed in a dark suit sharp enough for a board meeting.
Don't leave the house alone again.
I only bought snacks for Gloria. Why are they calling you that? What dragon?
People enjoy inventing myths about powerful families.
The articles mentioned your eyes and your speed on the field.
Ms. Jimenez, the board has been trying for months to remove Mr. Ferrer from operational control of the ports.
What does that have to do with me?
The public already distrusts wealthy, unmarried men who are around children, especially powerful ones. And now, the media thinks there's a woman secretly living in this house.
Before I could argue further, Gloria suddenly ran across the living room and hugged me around the waist in front of everyone.
Elena stays with me.
Alejandro looked down at his daughter for a long moment before exhaling quietly, as if he'd finally accepted something unavoidable.
We may need a public relationship arrangement.
A fake relationship?
Temporarily.
I scoffed.
Yesterday, your butler was terrified I'd become Mrs. Ferrer.
Things changed.
We can discuss your salary later. You do need money, Elena.
The board has been trying to use the narrative that he's an unstable single father to strip Mr. Ferrer of control over the ports. The media has been feeding on it for months.
6 months?
You can leave after that.
I flipped to the last page, pointed at a sentence, and looked up at him.
No physical intimacy required? Physical what?
My lawyer wrote that.
So disappointing. Honestly, I thought I was about to touch an actual dragon or something.
You just got divorced last week?
You investigated me?
Actually, social media did. Tomorrow night there's a charity gala. All of Barcelona is about to meet you. You'll need something better than jeans once the cameras show up.
In a haute couture boutique, floor-to-ceiling mirrors, champagne, soft lighting, and a team of tailors waiting by my side. Entering such a place for the first time, I instinctively shuffled my feet. Alejandro sat on a black sofa a short distance away. He was casually answering a board call and glancing at some documents.
Then postpone the meeting.
Then the dressing room door opened, and I emerged in a silver gown. The gown draped over my body, revealing my shoulders, neck, and most of my back. When the lights came down, it was like moonlight falling on the sea. Alejandro finally looked up. I felt a little uneasy.
Is it too much?
Then whispered,
No. You look so fine. Maybe even dangerous.
Dangerous for whom?
Alejandro leaned back on the sofa, not moving, but the documents in his hands had completely stopped turning. I stopped in front of him. Alejandro finally raised his hand, as if to touch my waist. But he hesitated for a moment. Then he said,
You have no idea what people will say when they see you standing next to me tonight.
I raised an eyebrow.
Should I be worried?
You should be careful.
But I still deliberately bent down, bringing my lips close to his ear. Alejandro finally reached out and grabbed my wrist. He slowly raised his head, his gaze stopping on my lips. Then he brought his lips to mine. The next second, a scream erupted outside. We both snapped back to reality. Alejandro reached out and, as if nothing had happened, straightened the zipper that wasn't properly closed at the back of my dress.
Any comment on the memes that your family isn't entirely human?
The store was already packed with media. Someone screamed,
You just got divorced last week, right? Mr. Ferrer, is this relationship real or just another Ferrer distraction scandal?
Welcome to the worst 6 months of your life.
Alejandro leaned close to my ear, his voice so low it was barely audible.
Well, time to go now.
I pretended nothing had happened. Then, for the first time, he took my hand. I was strapped to a hospital bed. His mistress was lying in the bed next to mine. My husband used me as an incubator to save his mistress. The prenatal vitamins he gave me were actually dangerous stem cell drugs. My baby was conceived for one reason only.
Thank you.
To save a dying woman. I found out the truth when I was 8.5 months pregnant. Earlier that night, I was scrolling on my phone when a random video popped up. A sick woman raised her forebag like she was making a toast.
The first cheer is for my lover. He slept with a woman he can't stand. Her blood type is 1 in 4 million. She's the only person who could carry the cure I need. The second cheer is for the baby. Adult cells get rejected. We need the pure stem cells of a newborn. He tracked his wife's cycle and tampered with her birth control. The third cheer is for the due date. The baby will be here in 3 months, and I get a whole new life. As for the mother, he doesn't care whether she lives or dies.
My blood ran cold. He acted like nothing was wrong.
Audrey!
If I hadn't seen that video, I would have thought I was the luckiest wife in the world. Just 5 minutes earlier, my husband Ethan had walked into our bedroom. He's one of the top hematologists at a prestigious private hospital. He handed me a glass of warm milk and a legal document.
Drink your milk and get some sleep. It's good for the baby.
If I hadn't seen that video, I would have thought I was the luckiest wife in the world. I stared at the form. It was pages of legal language. But the meaning was clear. After my baby was born, all the cord blood and stem cells would go to a patient named Lily Parker. Lily Parker. The name felt familiar. The username on the video had been 1.lily.bloom. It was his mistress.
Careful. Did it burn you?
I pulled my hand back.
Ethan, who is Lily Parker? Why are we giving our baby's blood to her?
She is very sick. Her leukemia came back, and it's critical. You have the rare Bomba blood type. Our baby will probably have it too. It's the best possible match.
You're the kindest person I know. We could save her life.
The words from the video echoed in my head. He doesn't care whether she lives or dies.
What about this video, Ethan? Is this your idea of saving a life?
He took the phone from my hand and stopped the video. Then he pulled the blanket over my shoulders.
Stop watching garbage like that online. You can buy a bracelet like that anywhere.
He leaned down and kissed my forehead. His lips felt ice cold.
Sign the papers and go to sleep. My patient is running out of time.
I looked at him. I had loved this man for 7 years. From college to our wedding day. I really believed he was my soulmate. But he had only kept me around for what my body could give her.
I'm not signing a fucking thing!
Ethan didn't come to bed that night. He stayed in his study until morning. The next day, my favorite breakfast was waiting on the table. He had made oatmeal and set out fresh berries. A sealed bottle of prenatal vitamins sat beside my plate.
I was out of line last night. I'm sorry.
We can talk about the donation later. Just eat. A colleague brought these back from Europe. They're supposed to be excellent for fetal brain development. You need to take one every day.
The old me would have been touched. Why else would a busy doctor care so much about my vitamins? I used to think that meant love. Now it just made me feel sick. I swallowed the pill right in front of him. Then I smiled and walked him to the door. The second it clicked shut, I ran to the bathroom. I threw up the pill, the oatmeal, everything. Stomach acid burned my throat. Tears blurred my eyes. I dug through the mess until I found the half-dissolved pill. Then I sealed it in a Ziploc bag. That afternoon, I drove straight to a private clinic. My best friend Claire is the head pharmacist there.